let's talk about Huel.
Huel? What's Huel?
You never heard of Huel?
So like human fuel?
Human fuel.
Wow.
I know.
What a name.
You, for a long period of time, were accused of working for him. You were pitching it to every human being. Yeah. But for those of you who don't know what Huel is, it is a...
And as humans, we love yo-yoing, right?
Absolutely.
Diet, to no diet, to this, to that, to this new fad, to that. I'm going to take magnesium tomorrow. I'm going to stop magnesium. I'm going to take probiotics. I'm going to stop probiotics. Yeah. Why do we keep doing that? Yeah. I think the biggest issue we have is...
Oh, I love it. Yep. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah, so just confirm. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we'll go with
all
it.
good.
Yeah.
The thing that's been keeping me up lately, can't sleep because of this, is no, don't laugh. It's actually quite a serious thing.
Okay.
Do you not think that it's super cruel that the word lisp has an S in it?
We're just terrible humans.
Here's a disease where you can't, not a disease, but here's an ailment where you can't pronounce S's. What's it called? A lisp.
Yeah.
It's like one of the hardest words to pronounce if you got a lisp.
Who comes up with this stuff?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Who's inventing words?
Maybe it's like a test. Maybe it was a test. It was like...
What, the lisp test?
Yeah, the lisp test.
Even saying it without a lisp is hard.
Lisp.
Yeah, lisp.
Lisp. That's really, really bad. So, can you get a call out? Can you get cancelled for
making fun of people with a lisp?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. It's 2023.
Yeah.
You can get anything these days. Yeah.
But then again, I'm not really making fun of people with a lisp.
I mean, don't.
Reel it up.
Yeah.
Let's go. We went viral today.
Did we?
Yeah, because you were hating on meat eaters. Do you know what's funny? I've realized this isn't what we're here to talk about today, but I was looking through the comments, and you made some comments about how we need to start hearing out the other side, and how, an hour-long episode, 40 minutes of you, like, we need to be more balanced in our discussion. We need more openness. And then you made some comments, none of which insensitive, I believe. Yeah. But after we stopped recording, you said, look, I mentioned a particular community. Was I offensive? Just clear in the air. Uh-huh. And do you know what people latched onto? Was that chickens are dumb, apparently, and deserve to die. Yeah. And somebody commented, are you smoking crack?
Really?
Yeah, not to us. Somebody left a comment and they went, are you smoking crack?
To the chicken person?
To the chicken person, yeah.
That chickens are stupid.
And here we are. We're like, oh my God, did we offend this community? People don't care, man. People are commenting on, we're like this, that.
I haven't seen the comments yet. I need to go on to partners.
Somebody commented going, what a waste of the trolley argument. You just wanted to sound smart. And I love that. I replied going, it was a waste. What will we ever do when we run out of that argument? What do you mean? What a waste of that argument?
People think they're so smart.
I know.
Like, do you know that person? It could be a relative, a friend, or someone, right? Acquaintance. And they just love to just make a comment. Yeah. Because it makes them feel good about themselves. Like, that is that comment there. And
I know a guy exactly like that.
Yeah.
And he had a group of people who I'm not even going to give an inkling as to who this person is, but he had a group of, he had a group of people around him who admired him, and they're like, oh, he's so smart, he's so this. I'm like, he's full of beeswax. Yeah. He's got nothing, and he shoots you down to make him look smart. Yeah. He's feared, he's not respected, he's not this, yada, yada. And it took 4 years for someone to go, by the way, you know that person? This is what I thought of this is what I now think of them. And I went, I told you. And they're like, you didn't say that. I was like, well, I thought it.
Yeah, I know. But then if you say it and no one else agrees with you, you just look like a hater.
Exactly.
It's like, why are you hating on him?
Yeah. It's really...
But the people shoot, just don't. Unless you're really, really intelligent, then you probably have an opportunity to shoot someone down, but you probably won't because you're humble.
Exactly.
You have no reason to. Just let us all
If you're smart enough, you're humble and...
But it's the world we live in, mate.
It's the world we live in, mate.
In the world we
You know what is in this world that we live in?
What?
Intros. Do you want to do one?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, otherwise we would have done it like an hour
we did it at the end last episode, yeah.
The half an hour episode. But yes, welcome to episode 7?
6.
I think. Do that.
Yeah.
Boom. Welcome to episode 6 of... Oh, what I'll do is I'll record both and then you can do one. Welcome to episode 6 of the Feel Good podcast. It's 6 episodes in. Mm-hmm. That's 6 hours or however long we've been recording each one. Half an hour, 45 minutes. It's a lot of time.
Yep.
A lot of time.
Bulletproof advice.
Exactly. So much so that Sam and I don't speak to each other at any other point.
No.
Unless we go on our little walk around, which is good, by the way.
That was
really good until I got interrupted, which I'm really annoyed about. But
that's okay.
Yeah, it was a really good walk.
Yeah.
We spoke about some good, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And we wish we had a mic.
Listen, I made a wild statement.
Uh-huh.
And we discussed that. I love doing that with you.
Yeah.
Just throwing something random into the ether and then we debate it. But you use some terminology I'm not comfortable with.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So you kept saying, so what you're saying is, or so what your theory is, or so I was like, look, dude, I came up with this 5 minutes ago. And you made it out like I'd written a thesis on it.
Well, it was quite coherent. I
was shooting from the hip, but I had a lot of ammo.
I don't know. I think you'd put those thoughts together.
Yeah.
5 minutes before.
Yes.
But they're definitely thoughts you'd had over a period of time because they were far too coherent and structured to have just come from the hip. So, yeah.
It was just some basic argument about the pharmaceutical industry and how they are encouraging bad behavior. And it was just something that came out of my mouth and you made it out like, you know.
And then we started talking about how the pharmaceutical industry needs to make money to invest into new drugs and all that. You know, we went through that rabbit hole.
Yeah, but to cure the right things.
Yeah.
Not things that we're there because of bad decisions made.
Lifestyle choices.
Yeah. Speaking of lifestyle choices, this is the king of segues for this episode. But let's talk about Huel.
Huel? What's Huel?
You never heard of Huel?
Is it like human fuel?
Human fuel.
Wow.
I know.
What a name.
You, for a long period of time, were accused of working for him. You know, you were pitching it to every human being. Yeah. But for those of you who don't know what Huel is, this is their brilliant piece of marketing. Mm-hmm. Their description of it sounds like a sales pitch.
Yeah.
It's nutritionally complete food. Mm-hmm. And it just sounds brilliant. When somebody asks you what is Huel, that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
And you just go, it's nutritionally complete drink. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like a sales pitch for them.
Yeah.
And now I question other foods I eat. I'm like, is that orange nutritionally complete?
Right.
It's great for you. It's an orange, but is it nutrition? Does it have 26 vitamins and minerals?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what Huel is. When I joined here, I saw you drinking it a couple times. I thought it was a protein shake. Mm-hmm. I was like, this dude works out. Look at them biceps, clearly. And he's just taking a protein shake. And I was having pot noodles, and you said, you need to try this.
By the way, we saw a photo of me recently from that time. Yeah. This dude was not working out that heavy. He didn't really have many biceps.
No, but back then you were at like a conventional gym.
Yeah.
You know, you're only putting in as much effort as you wanted to. Now you got someone breathing down your neck.
Yeah. They do tell us off. But so you took on Huel?
I took on Huel. Yeah. I've been on Huel your recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was great for me. I had very little money at the time and it was really cheap. Now they added kombucha and the price went up 10x because apparently kombucha is like raw pixie dust.
Yep.
Very hard to acquire. So I'm still fuming about that, by the way. I think I used to pay for £40 for 2 bags. We're up to what, 50, 51, 50 or something?
I think that's just... If you do it though, if you look at what the cost has gone up to compared to like what a meal deal, still all right. We're still in, but I completely agree. It's felt the inflation.
Yeah. But it is. It's nutritionally complete. It's way more fiber than any human should be taking, as you know. So you got to factor that cost in, the cost of a new toilet, if you're drinking.
I was not expecting you to say that. Yeah.
It's what, 300% of your daily fiber intake
it's
per
a lot.
drink?
Have you put it on MyFitnessPal? I've put it on there, and it's
it says on the back.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like one of their selling points.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And
so, how long have you been on Huel now?
About as long as I've known you.
Coming 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good amount of time.
In and out, I'll be honest. Sometimes it doesn't agree with the old stomach, so you got to take a break from it.
5 toilets later. Here we go. Yeah,
exactly.
Hey there. If you made it this far and you've got through to Sam and I's controversial opinions, please carry on watching this video because it does get exciting and we do talk some sense later on. But don't forget to like, subscribe, do what you can do to promote this show. It will really mean the world to us. Cheers. Agreed. I'll give you a bit of history on my Huel
Please
journey.
do. I'm very keen to hear this.
Saw the Instagram ads. Probably saw them very early on into Huel. I didn't realize this. So I think they founded 2015. Probably saw them around 2016. Saw someone wear a t-shirt end of 2016 when I went to Bristol back to my uni. there's like a visit after I graduated, and someone was wearing it. It was the old grey ones, the OG t-shirts.
OG
Only some of us have it. Yeah.
Well, I've got it.
Yeah. I know.
Fruit of the Loom.
You are an OG.
Oh,
Sam.
thanks, man.
Yeah,
I thought you were trying to dismiss me.
No, I was like,
yeah.
come on. Yeah, no, you're an OG.
Thanks.
A lot of them don't. Like,
Okay,
Stephen Bartlett doesn't.
Huh? He got on it when it was cool.
He got on it. Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, OGs. But this was an OG 2016. She had it on, and she was like, "Oh, you want to try it?" I didn't try it because she said it was like made of peas or whatever, and I was like, I'm okay. But my curiosity was there, and then I just kept skipping meals when I was working. First, like original days at World Products, and just like not really taking my health seriously, going to the gym, but not really eating enough protein. Again, I didn't know if I mentioned I'm a vegetarian. So again, not eating enough protein, all of that stuff. And it was just all over the place, as we all, I'm sure, have been there.
Yep.
So this came up on my ad and it said, what, at the time it was 25 grams of protein or something like that for the white shake, the Huel normal. So yeah, I gave it a try. I think I found my first order 2017. And I become obsessed.
Yeah.
Like it just changed everything for me. I lost a lot of like puppy fat. It just improved my like my energy levels. I just felt more confident. I was going to the gym even more, and I was actually eating a good amount of protein, far better than I was before.
Did you find it to be a bit of an activation energy for you to get fitter? That's what I felt. I looked at myself in the mirror after about 3 months of taking Huel regularly, and I was like, "Oh, okay, let's see where this can go."
You know how they say like abs are made in the kitchen?
Yeah.
So that's great, and we all know it. They are made in the kitchen, but we rarely try that as the first resort to get abs, right? We're like, no, I'll just do like 20 press-ups or 20 sit-ups. And
I'll follow this 10-minute video of how to get abs in 10 minutes.
Right. And then I'll just carry on eating what I want. But Huel forces you to at least clean up your diet a little bit, and you see the results of that, and you're like, oh
damn.
Yeah. Oh, right. My diet actually impacts my body. So I became obsessed, and I was like, well, you know how the story went. I just kept talking about it. You kept talking about it, and we just all became hooligans.
It was like Uber. When Uber first came out, everyone was sharing that link to top up their own balance. I think I went up to like, I don't know, like £60 on Uber just from referring it. And Huel, it was the same thing. I was getting £10 off my order for the next 6 or 7 orders because whoever you mention it to, and then by like connection, it was this weird pyramid scheme.
It was incredible.
Everybody was getting on it.
And then, it was unreal. I think I could have retired off referral codes at one point. You gave me yours, I think. I hope so. Anyway, can't remember. It was insane. What a time to be alive.
I know.
And then Huel shut me down for referring, saying
Did they actually?
Yeah, they're saying I was gamifying the system, thinking I posted it on some forum.
You were kind of gamifying.
Well, I was genuinely referring people.
You were actually.
Yeah. We were in a kebab shop once, and I referred someone who was eating a kebab, and he was drunk, and he was like, why would I want Huel? I'm eating a kebab. It's like 2 a.m.
Like, but is the kebab nutritionally complete?
Yeah, exactly. You got to ask those questions. And now he is, I don't know where he is, but I hope he's doing well. So yeah, the referrals, everything was insane. But unfortunately, it left a bit of a sour taste. Even my gym, my PTs, our gym, right? Yeah. They were shooting me down, like, you know, just eat proper food. I remember telling them about Huel, like, back when I joined 2019. Now, 2 of the 3 trainers take Huel. Yeah. And the third one would, but he's like too stubborn.
No, he's way too stubborn. I left that gym for like 4 months. I came back and I saw like 3 shakers, 3 Huel shakers around the office.
Boom. Yeah.
And I looked at him. Yeah. I don't think he minded us saying it. Lewis. Yeah. I was like, "Oi, Lewis, you made a lot of fun of me. Is that one of yours?" And he went, no, it's not one of mine. So like maybe he takes it in secret.
Every time I see him, he's like, human fuel. Yeah. Shark fuel. I was like, you're a good advert. So all of that goes on, but here we are, 2023. I take Huel Black. You take
bit of both.
So
I have a mixed bundle, one black, one regular.
So black is higher protein, less carbs. You take the other one, which is more carbs and more general.
Try and bulk.
Yeah, more general a meal.
Goodiness.
Which is good, especially prior to the gym. Huel Black's not enough, which is why I might have proper food sometimes. Occasionally. What's my opinion?
Please tell me.
2023, almost 7 years since I first found Huel. First saw it.
Just to reiterate though, 2018, 2019, 2020 Ash, huge advocate. 21, even 22 maybe.
Yeah, huge advocate.
Yeah. What's happened?
Stephen Bartlett. No. What's happened? No, I'm really pleased with where it's come.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. Always felt that it was going to get there. I'm sure you did too.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see the longer term implications of it.
Okay.
So it's great, but like anything in this world, in moderation. Sometimes we become, because it's so easy to get your protein, so easy to get your nutrients. It's just the easy core. I used to have it for breakfast, lunch. Yeah. We never really had it for dinner, and I was being super lazy. Yeah. But really rarely did that. But I realized a few knock-on effects.
Go ahead.
Firstly, my gut health.
Right.
Big impact. Prior to them even adding kombucha, I would say there was actually quite a negative effect to your gut health, because there's no real kind of bacteria coming into your body, good bacteria. There's no biodiversity in the type of foods. If you search top 10 things to introduce into your diet for gut health, a lot of it is like vegetables, fresh fruit. Yeah. You're not getting any of that. You may be getting the added vitamins and minerals, yes, but you're not getting the rest that's coming through from that. Probably one of the reasons they added kombucha and bulked up your price, but I don't think it's gone far enough. Right. And I'm actually on this advocate of gut health, like kind of advocating for gut health.
So you're saying they can adapt Huel to be better, or you should up your intake of like things that are good for your gut? Or do you think Huel just need to adjust the recipe?
I think they need to be honest that people need to combine Huel with a healthy lifestyle of real nutritious food. I say real. And that's
whole food.
Yeah, I was very much going towards 2020, those years. I was like, Huel could actually just solve our whole issue. Yeah. But no, it needs to be in combination. It's great. It's a great product. Yeah. Hits the mark. But like anything, you need it in combination with eating a salad, eating pasta. Just general foods that we've been eating for years and years. Yeah.
There is a weird effect that I felt from having Huel, which was, there's a lot of people in the world that want to lose weight. And I got to a point where I was losing weight and I was very happy about that. But then I started going to the gym regularly and I wanted to put on weight in a very healthy way. And I was really limited by that. Like I was taking Huel regularly and I just felt like I wasn't. So I naturally thought, well, if I up my Huel intake, if I double my Huel, I double my protein.
Sure.
There's 30 grams in there. My target was about 100 to 120 grams of protein a day.
Yeah.
So Huel Black is, 40 grams. You take two of those, you're practically there.
Yeah.
My breakfast, there's some in there too. And I think that's what's been missing. This whole thing that, you've started talking to me about gut health more and more recently, but you've had a probiotic supplement for quite a while now, right?
Yeah.
You had that one that was on your desk for quite a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So that one, something I actually brought in before the meeting. It's just something I got from Costco.
Right.
So that's Kirkland Signature Probiotic Plus.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No.
Don't know the exact price off the top of my head, but I can add that into the show notes after.
Yeah.
But it's great. Got it from Costco off the shelf, and I just gave it a go. My cousin recommended it to me. My brother's taking it as well, and I've seen a huge impact. Really, really good stuff.
What is a probiotic?
It's basically, in my opinion, it's a food supplement that contains good bacteria for your gut.
Right.
Apparently this one contains 30 billion active cells, but it's really just 5 unique strains of bacteria that help improve that biodiversity of your good bacteria. My knowledge is limited, but my assumption is that good bacteria helps to balance your gut to prevent bad bacteria from growing and spreading in your gut, which can lead to all sorts of issues, gastration problems and so on.
Yeah. So can I offend you real quick and say that you're not a scientist right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as a not scientist, what have you felt taking that? Like just feeling.
I don't know if they want to know.
Yeah.
But I feel less gassy, less bloated.
Right. No, let's talk about that because Huel and I feel like not only Huel, taking Huel obviously makes you gassy.
Yeah.
But Huel and then anything you eat subsequently. Again, this is not scientists talking here, guys. Yeah. But anything I eat subsequently after Huel also has that effect on me. So I'm wondering if this might be the solution to...
This might be. Now, again, I'm cautious because like anything, you're living your life and you add something and then you add something to counter the issues of the other thing will also have its side effects. So I was even reading today about the added stuff in here and what the gelling agents would do and so on. These are things I have to think about because I'm like, what if we just started from reset and just ate well. You know, our ancestors did fine.
Yeah.
Like maybe we need that, but they weren't trying to get gains. But I think the biggest issue we have is one of them. Sorry, again, I'm not a scientist. Is the amount of artificial sweetness we have in our food and the amount of processed food we eat. And you know, some gym guy out there says, "Oh, I don't eat any processed protein bar."
Yeah.
Incredibly processed. You only get such a good tasting bar if it contains what, like 1 gram or 2 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
If it's containing processed items, and you look at the back of the packaging, it's an obvious thing. Everything that you read about gut health and what leads to poor gut health is all about confectionery, processed foods, you know, artificial sweeteners. You drink a Pepsi Max over a normal Pepsi, or a Coke over a Coke Zero. Coke Zero over Coke, you're taking artificial sweeteners. These, again, all lead to poor gut health. It's too processed. Yeah. Protein shakes, protein pancakes, all of this contains sweeteners, contains processed stuff that wasn't meant to be in our bodies. Yeah. Again, all fine in moderation. I'm not saying cut out.
Phew, because I started eating protein pancakes.
Yeah, but balance it with other good food.
Yeah.
Is my take on it. And I think Huel needs to come out. They need to address this because they really stay clear of when people are like, oh, maybe I can take Huel 3 times a day, 4 times a day. They're like, up to you.
Yeah.
They need to come out and they need to be honest with people and they need to say, you need to take Huel, or if you're going to take Huel, have it along with a balanced diet. Because if they don't announce that or they don't come openly, they're basically just as bad as Coca-Cola. And in my opinion, that's why I'm kind of I have a bad taste in my mouth about Huel.
Okay. You still consuming it?
Yep.
Yeah. Not as often though.
But I'm doing it in my way, not in their way.
With probiotics, with whole foods.
I mean, I'm not trying to rely on these, but it's the whole foods, the whole grains, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on my diet everywhere else. Before I was like, drink Huel and then you can have whatever you want in the evening.
Yeah, I thought that for a long time. Yeah.
And now I'm like, no, it's all got to be balanced. Like I'm going to eat well. I'm going to eat some stuff that I enjoy as well, but I'm just going to keep that balance overall, and that's sustainable. And just opening my eyes a bit more to that. And I think Huel are going to really, you know, I'm going to go on a big campaign about this because it really is getting to me. And I think a lot of people are going through what we went through over the last few years and they're thinking something's not right. And then they quit Huel completely. Or they quit that and they go to eating everything and anything. And I think that's dangerous.
That's the wild thing. It's what I'm hearing in your opinion is like quite a bit of optimism about Huel, which is like you've just got a bit more to go. You're doing something wrong, but you're not doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
I've had that for sure. When I started taking Huel, like I said, it started to, I started to feel more energetic, probably because of the vitamins and whatnot. I started to lose a bit of weight. I started to like how I look. So I started to work out, used to go to the gym and all of these things. And then, it was just, you run out or something and then you start eating other foods. You're like, why do I feel better? This is weird. And so you're like, maybe I need a break from Huel. So you take a break from Huel. Then you gain all the weight you lost. You take Huel again. And it's just a bit of a repetitive cycle.
And as humans, we love yo-yoing, right?
Absolutely.
Diet to no diet, to this, to that, to this new fad, to that. I'm going to take magnesium tomorrow. I'm going to stop magnesium. I'm going to take probiotics. I'm going to stop probiotics. Why do we keep doing that? Yeah. So you're spot on. I think we need to just rein it in a little bit and add some balance to our diet. If you want Huel, take Huel. If you want a protein shake, but try to keep some balance. Yeah.
I hate that this has come out though, because I thought it was too easy. I started having protein pancakes, and then for a snack at work, I would have a protein bar and an orange, and then I'd drink Huel. And then I would go home and have dinner, usually something involving chicken or something high protein. I was like, I'm smashing my goals here. And that's the other thing where I'm smashing my goals, but why do I not feel great?
Sure.
I feel bloated. I feel gassy. I feel like I just felt uncomfortable. Yeah. And I was like, my body is telling me everything is wrong, but the maths all adds up. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I was starting to look better. Like I was going to the gym and I was getting over 100 grams of protein a day. I was starting to look better, but I just wasn't feeling right. And so you started talking about gut health and I was like, actually, you might have a really good point about this.
Yeah. There's a huge thing at the moment, don't get me wrong. Heights are going through they've pivoted from
big
their
drive.
Old, they've stopped even pitching their old product anymore.
Yeah, but do they still sell it?
I think they do, but they've now moved on to gut health. I think they're the kind of yo-yo brand that goes on to whatever's next and whatever's hip.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped taking Heights. I really liked being on Heights. I really liked it. But then comes this thing of being an asthmatic. I take asthma medication on quite a regular basis. It's very well managed. So actually, it's probably once or twice a week. But I thought to myself, if GSK or whoever, if they just stop manufacturing these, I'm in a really bad place.
Sure.
Because I don't need it, but once every couple months, I really need it.
Yeah.
And if they stop that, I'm like, when does that wheeziness end? And I thought the same about heights. I'm like, if I'm taking this regularly and I'm feeling great, what if they just stop making it?
Sure.
And then I'm just cut off without it. Because I mentioned to you, I'm going to start taking it again. I was really excited to get back on it. I felt all of the positives from it. But I was like, if they just stop taking it, I'm just left stranded doing nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I completely understand their mission, wanting to make people to feel better and so on. I just think there's a very good business plan behind it.
There's a fantastic business plan behind it.
And that's why I can't trust the brand. Is in because they're... And look, people will say, everyone's got to make money, everyone's got to have a business. But the way they're going about it, so Ali Abdaal, really great influencer, podcaster, and so on. You introduced me to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Completely.
I've been a big fan for a long time.
And you know, amazing stuff that he comes out with. I follow him on Twitter as well. He talks some good sense. I do feel he sold out to heights.
Do you?
Like massively.
That's a bold statement. Yeah. Sold out is just such a harsh thing to say.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean whenever he talks about heights. I take it with a handful of salt, not just with a pinch of salt, because I'm like, you are an investor.
Yeah.
It pays for you to say these things.
Exactly. And look, I understand, again, he's got to pay his bills. He's got a business, he's developing everything. But with something like that that's so close to health, having an ulterior motive is just a little bit
controversial.
Yeah, controversial for me. I understand all things, you like this clothing brand, it makes me feel good. And they're also paying me some money. Yeah. Fine. When it comes to health, how you feel, how your mind feels, and then you're getting a bit from somewhere else, and you know that's where my blurry line comes. Yeah.
When did you get so mature? Was it since you turned 28? Because I'm going to point out a stark difference I've noticed in you. I've just noticed it myself.
Yeah.
You used to have this thing that you say to me of, you don't push many brands on people, but when you believe in something, you really believe in it. You remember saying that to me?
Yeah, I remember.
And you listed Huel as one of those brands. You listed the brand of your car. You listed... I think 4 brands or something that you're very loyal to because, you've tried their product, you really believed in them, and you really spoke wholeheartedly about them. And now it's this thing of like, I'll highlight their good parts, but I'm not afraid to talk about their negatives. Like, it's a lot more holistic, your approach to these brands that you're quite loyal to.
I think I had to be. Firstly, it's never good to be so... otherwise it becomes almost like, and I'm going very far here, but like a religion. Right. You'll like listen to everything and
Huel, absolutely,
not even question anything. Huel release a new product, must be the best.
Yeah.
Firstly, that's not healthy because it's not a religion. Yeah. It's not. And secondly, if we as the consumers don't call out the issues or our concerns, how will they get better? Yeah. How will Huel...
So it comes from a good place.
That's essentially, I'd like to. Yeah, I'm not just calling them out because it makes me feel good. Yeah. Okay, maybe it does sometimes, but essentially, I like I said, Huel is great. Yeah. Like if anyone comes from this podcast thinking that I did not enjoy Huel or I do not recommend Huel, that is wrong. Okay. I enjoy it. Yeah. I think there's a lot of good benefits to it. I think compared to eating a sandwich, absolutely, there's some really strong benefits to it. But look at it more holistically, and please don't go all in like I did. Don't say, this is everything. Yeah. I'm now just going to ignore all of the good dietary advice that I've heard over the years. I'm just going to take this and my life is solved. No, think of balance. And I think it all comes back to our conversation, like balance everything, balance your opinion, balance your diet.
Yeah. Maybe that's a recurring theme here of like having a healthy outlook does involve balance.
Yeah, potentially.
Hold on to that thought. Yeah, let me just touch on something real quick. I went to sorry, this is very on topic with the theme of calling out things that you want to improve. Yeah. I went for brunch with my mum on Eid. It was Eid quite recently. I went for brunch with my mum and my sister, and we went to it. We tried a new restaurant, and there was a bunch of stuff we didn't like about that restaurant. Right. And I didn't really know how to approach it because I'm very much of the mindset, being in management, you have to be of that mindset of, no, if something's bad, I have to tell you. I'm not here to sugarcoat your mistakes or anything like that. Yeah. It's my obligation to make you better. Yeah. So I was sat there really conflicted at this restaurant. The food wasn't necessarily good. They had a musician. Again, this is brunch. It's like 11. He was playing music super loud. And I went up to him and I said, hey, we're just trying to have a conversation. I tried to be nice about it.
Yep.
So I said, we're struggling to have a conversation because the music is so loud, but love what you're playing. Do you mind just turning it down a bit? But when it came to the food and the service, like my family only eat halal foods. And we asked if something was like, if the full English was halal. And she goes, yeah, absolutely. And she goes, oh, okay, cool. So do you use like turkey bacon? And she goes, oh, I have to check. And she went to check. I'm like, if we hadn't asked, she would have just served some Muslims bacon, you know? And so there were just these little things. And then the food came out and it wasn't good. And I've always been conflicted because I'm currently in an ongoing battle with a company.
Yeah.
And when I read people on LinkedIn going, look at these guys, can you believe what they did? I kind of judge that person.
Sure.
I think I'm like, well, you're just venting your hate on a platform not designed for that. But I do want to advise that companies stay away from this company I'm in a battle with, trying to get some money back. And I do want this restaurant, this brunch place, to improve.
Yeah. They
didn't ask for feedback, and I didn't give it to them. But I didn't know how to navigate that. I wanted to tell them, hey, look, this meal, this wasn't, the X, Y, and Z weren't good about this meal. And, if you want us to come back, they need to improve.
Sure.
And it was kind of generic stuff. So it was like, it was a French restaurant and I'd asked for a French dish.
Yeah.
And they'd made it, like, I've had this dish loads of times in other places. I'm no expert on this matter, but I've had this place in loads of different times, and it was like the type of bread. They brought it out on toast, and I know that typically it doesn't come on toast, and it kind of ruined the meal.
Yep.
It had eggs on, and the eggs are supposed to be runny, and they were rock solid. You could build another restaurant with them. But how do you navigate that? How do you give somebody some feedback in that scenario?
I don't know. Again, it's funny. We go back to balance.
Yeah.
I think there's an important play. So 100% agree with you. You need to, in my opinion, inform people.
Yeah.
Let them know. But occasionally, as humans, we always kind of go over.
Yeah.
And sometimes our emotions come into it. Venting comes into it. Your girlfriend said something bad at home and you're including that into your vent, something like that. And we all just love taking all that emotion and like letting it out on that one person who really has no say, didn't even decide this was going on, is simply the messenger to feed it back to the chef or so on. So I think, again, we just need to appreciate that this is it's got to be constructive feedback. I mean, just let's take anyone. You're managing someone. Are you going to vent? Or are you going to try and give some constructive feedback? Yeah. Maybe hold back some feedback because there's a time and place. Yeah. And, giving 6 different bits of feedback is just only going to get lost on the person. Yeah. Maybe just 1 or 2 of the key points and then fine, leave it at that. I think that's how I would really approach it. And I pick my battles, I think, or I'm learning to do that more. Yeah. Especially when eating out or feeling any kind of service external.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. When it's internal, there is this expectation that I feed back. External, it's a bit different. It also made me think that, I don't know, I think the service industry, there's a weird conflict I had in my mind. The service industry is one of the lowest paying industry, like working as a waiter or something like that. But it's one that, especially in America where there's a heavy tipping culture, it's where a lot of people's like income is dependent on good service. Right. But there's such a contrast there because, again, at this place, the service was pretty bad and my mum was calling it out. And in my mind, I was like, she's on minimum wage, So I was like, if I was on minimum wage and you had a go at me for something, I'd go, move on to the next thing. Whereas if something was on the line, I'm always very pleasantly surprised. We talked about this restaurant in Nottingham, Gusto. You've been there, right? Yeah. And I think we both agreed the food was passable. It wasn't extraordinary. Nobody talks about the food. It was nowhere near bad. It was quite good. Yep. That's all I'll say. But the service, every time we've been there, would you say is outstanding?
Outstanding. Ambience, outstandanding. Yeah. Location, perfect. Like all of it adds up.
There's a dude there with like a salt and pepper beard, and he like white and black, not salt and pepper in his beard.
Just get some stuff in there.
Just like salt and pepper. But he was just an absolute delight. He was running around, he like with a smile on his face. Can I get this? We made a joke with him. He laughed. He joked with us. And every time I think back to him, I'm like, that's some solid work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, I just wonder what drives him. Because in the service industry, I'd question if it was money or not.
Sure.
It's hard to think that. But I do just think like, what motivates you, sir? I want to love life as much as you do.
Yeah.
I admire that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at someone's motivations always helps.
Yeah.
Like you say, when you're giving critical feedback or you're giving it to anyone, external, internal, look at their motivations all the time. Even you speaking to me, if you need to get something across to me, you need to understand what gets me to tick. Like, because if you understand that, you're going to get your message across way easier than just having a go at me or just voicing your opinion for the sake of feeling good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got the title for this video. It's "What Huel Isn't Telling You!" Exclamation mark, question mark. Loads of reels making you look super evil. Raking the views, mate. So many views.
Stephen Bartlett's going to send something to my house.
Nah, he doesn't manage any of his socials. He doesn't. He's not even going to notice.
Yeah.
He's got a team of a team managing the socials, making irresponsible posts.
But honestly,
no, I'm joking.
If I'd summarize, Huel, great products.
Yeah.
Just be more honest.
Yeah. So close to greatness. So close.
Yeah. Don't be a Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Don't
be a Coca-Cola.
I'm going to say that from now on. That's solid.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
It's been a great episode, but we got meetings to get to.
We have crazy and end of the week.
Yep.
So if you enjoyed listening to episode 6, hopefully I've gotten the right number of the Feel Good podcast, please don't hesitate or please don't forget to subscribe, like, do what you can, comment, whatever you are, wherever you're seeing this. If this is just a TikTok reel, then you wouldn't have seen this ending. But anyway, please go onto TikTok, find our videos, and comment against the people that are commenting bad things.
We do have some people defending.
Please defend us.
Yeah, defend us. Or attack us. We need both.
Yeah, but please defend us a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
But yeah, thanks a lot. And if you have any ideas for what you want to hear, please don't forget to put them into the comments. See you next time.
Boom, boom.
Boom.